the Sports Betting Network.
Follow the money. That's what I always say. You always follow the money. Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Paulie Howard on VSiN.
Here we go. Welcome in. It is Follow the Money on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. Mitch Moss, Paulie Howard with you here on day 2 of the Masters, live in downtown Las Vegas from Stadium Swim at Circa Resort and Casino. For my money, the best pool I've ever seen in my entire life. We've said that since they built it, and I stand by it 5 years later.
Damn right.
And this is the first time we've ever been out here for a show.
That's right. Historic. Let's do it once a week.
I'm in.
Huh? Every Friday.
We'll lock it in. You want to lock it in?
Yeah,
we'll lock it in.
Come on, yeah?
Good deal.
Yeah, this is awesome.
I like
wait.
it. Now, how about this for timing? Not that this matters to people who are not in Las Vegas right now. We mentioned this briefly on the show yesterday. It had been like, I don't know, in the 50s here, maybe touching like 70 for a day or two, then going back down. Today, 95.
Uh-huh. Right at you. Perfect timing, too.
Sure.
Taryn's coming up in half an hour. She's young. She's innocent. She's beautiful.
Well,
she works here. We'll talk about that. How do you get this job? Crazy stuff. Biggest bill, biggest tip.
Young and
Can't
beautiful,
wait.
yes. I don't know about the other one.
Okay, sure, right. And this is the setup. You're right. This is awesome. We got to tip the DJ afterwards, too. We're beating up the beat. They just played Tears for Fears. Everyone wants to rule the world. So an eclectic mix here. This is awesome.
Paulie was dancing.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. You throw back to the 80s and early 90s, maybe even mid-90s. Paulie's going to get out there and bust a groove.
Uh-huh.
But, yeah, this will be a great conversation with Taryn, who's been working here for a long time. Like, I want to know, like, biggest tip, biggest tab she's seen. How many times did they get hit on / proposed to out here?
What's the number?
It's got to be an obnoxious number on a daily basis.
Marriage proposals?
I'm talking about just hit on. Every group probably out here.
Well, I'm not going to count it. Can I have your phone number? That goes without saying. Marriage proposals, I'm going to say over. I'm going to go 1.5 over minus 150.
Every day?
No. Total. Will you marry me?
Oh, I'm talking about for the whole group of women that work out here.
Okay.
I bet it happens on a daily or at least weekly basis.
Well, sure. Well, yeah, Evan gets involved. Sure. I'll buy you a boat.
Buy you a boat. You like this?
Sure.
Yeah.
Good. You owe Rory an apology, Senator. You owe Rory an apology.
So this is going to be great. Now here's what I need to happen, because yesterday at the end of the show, and I teased it going into In Pocket, and then I just said on the air, I went scorched earth, and I said I'm never betting this guy ever again. I'm drawing a line for him at every tournament for the rest of my life.
Mm-hmm.
And because he gave 4 strokes back in a 3-hole span yesterday to go from 4 under to even par. I'm like, this guy's not going to win the tournament. I wasted my money on him again. 6 under today to crawl back into this thing. So if he wins it, I hope we're going to be able to play the audio today to make me sound as foolish as possible. But if he comes back to win this, well, we can play it again on Monday, and what do you think? I'll wear a clown suit, a clown nose, a clown mask. What do you want me to do? The clown hair, Bozo the clown.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do it because I deserve it if he comes back to win.
Sure, yeah, not bad. All of that's fine.
He redeemed himself like Lloyd Christmas.
He was awesome.
Like 12 hours later.
I know, he wasn't the only one, though. It's a great leaderboard. There's been a lot of surprises. How about the McCarty guy? He was 500-1 coming into today.
Where McCarty yet?
Yeah, he got to 5 under. He's in the mix. A lot of big names are going to miss the cut. We've had some beautiful psycho scorecards. What Sam Burns did yesterday, 6 birdies, a bogey, and 3 doubles. Absolute psycho card.
Mm-hmm.
Cabrera missed the cut. Koepka's going to miss the cut. DJ's in trouble. Henley likely to miss the cut.
I know.
Adam Scott, Zalatoris, Horschel, and then madness at the top as well. After, Rose trying to hang on. Here comes Barry Bonds right behind him. So it's crazy what's going on. A fantastic leaderboard.
This feels a little bit like what we want in March Madness, right?
Yeah.
You want a lot of the big boys, but also, like as you just rattled off, some of the best players in the world are not even going to make it to Saturday.
Yeah.
So that's what we kind of wanted in the Madness is like, okay, we want a couple of upsets early on here, and then eventually maybe the 4-1 seeds to make it, and it turned out to be a great Final Four. But this leaderboard right now, I think it's absolutely on fire. It's fantastic. Personally, Corey Connors just gave one back again.
Oh, come on.
He's at 5. He had a putt for par from like 4 feet. He missed it. But me personally, I have DeChambeau again with my panic bet yesterday on major FOMO.
Yeah. Sure.
I got McIlroy after cursing his name yesterday. I'm on Lowry. I'm on Connors. I just have to hope that Scheffler doesn't run away and hide eventually. And
Scheffler.
Yeah, I have nothing on him. But
you're concerned he could do that?
Luke, can you find what the current price is right now to lead after day 2?
That's a good one.
He's at 6 right now. He's got the entire back nine. He's got to be favored.
So Rose and DeChambeau are done.
Yes.
Along with Rory. Okay, and Scheffler's got 9 left. And then where the McCarty and Lowry are done as well. Oh, man, it was right there for Connors. I just talked to a viewer downstairs, and he goes, what do you think? I go, bet Connors to have the lead after round 2. Because he was only 2 shots back and had like 9-10 holes left.
Sure.
And he just vomited on himself.
Well, that's happened to another guy that I have is Rasmus Højgaard. Like his back 9, did you see what happened here?
5 under.
He got to 5.
Yeah.
Then bogey, then birdie, then bogey, then birdie, then bogey.
Yeah.
If he, this is, obviously wishful thinking and easier said than done. Dude, if you can have the bogey avoidance, he's sitting at like 7-8 under today.
Yeah. Yeah.
But also you can flip it and say, well, pal, if he didn't come back and hit those birdies, then he's going to be, even par and has no shot.
Yeah.
But again, the top 10, you basically, great write-ups all week long, including last night and into today's action on VSiN.com. As a reminder, Wes Reynolds wanted to remind people that since 2006, with the exception of Tiger Woods, in 2019 when he was 11th, every eventual Masters winner has been in the top 10 after round 1. So you were looking at Rose, Connors, Scheffler, Aubert, Hatton, DeChambeau, Rye, Harris, English, Day, Batia, but there was no Rory McIlroy. He wasn't top 10. He was on the outskirts.
Yep.
But good for him to come roaring back like that today. That was massive, and he had to have it.
Yep.
Sanjay Im got to 6 under. He was 100-1, but then he gave a bunch of strokes back before his round finished today.
Okay.
Hovland at some point.
Yep. He's tied for 10th.
He was 40
today.
before the action started. He got to 6, and then gave 2 back late. So I think this leaderboard is absolutely sensational and has a chance to be an epic weekend for sure.
Yeah. Hey, Tony, I got sandwiches. Got the sandwiches. This is great, huh? You got the best pool in the world, beautiful women, the servers everywhere, the drinks, and then you got the win special here, right? Get the cabana, circalasvegas.com. Got the ham and cheese sandwiches, $1.50, pimento cheese, $1.50, the egg salad, everything you want here on the menu, and of course all the drinks as well. Top-notch operation. Hang out for the next 3 days. Hang out here anytime you want, but for the next 3 days for the win with their menu and everything they're doing with the Masters viewing party. Top-notch.
So they basically they emulate the Masters
same menu every
prices.
Yep, right.
Now,
same menu, same prices.
Have you ever had a pimento cheese sandwich?
I have not.
Are you willing to try it?
Yes, I will.
You're going to? Okay.
Yes.
Egg salad. If you offered me, I'm not joking, if you offered me $300 to take a bite of that right now, I'd have to pass.
Okay.
Can't do it. There's no way. I'd throw up immediately.
You would do it.
The thought of eating that kind egg salad, any kind of egg like that.
Risky business.
But I bet you the ham and cheese is pretty good.
Sure. Oh, damn right.
Throw a little mustard on there.
Sure. Yeah. Choke an elephant.
It's huge.
It's a nice portion. For $1.50, right? Advantage play. Luke brought sandwiches for everybody. The bill was under $20.
Yeah.
He's dancing. He said, well, I can't believe this. I go to Victory Burger. I've got my hands up.
Well, wasn't there that great tweet that somebody sent out? This is what you get at the Masters for $30?
Right, yeah. It's excellent.
They're comparing it to like the Dodgers. Hey, for a 6-pack, you get 4 hot dogs and 2 Diet Pepsis at $69 or whatever it is.
Yeah, it was good.
That's when the Mercedes-Benz Dome in Atlanta is like,
right.
yeah, how about here too, huh?
Yeah, that's right. What an ad. What an ad for the next 3 days, huh? This is great. The Stevens kid has to be loving this.
Well, now
remember the owner's booth is right down here too.
Sure.
So if you want to hang out with us, whatever. You got the owner's booth right down there. 20 people get in. Your own server, your own bathroom. You got the blackjack areas full. Got the kiosk over there as well. Joe's usually holding it down in the pit.
Yeah.
Everything around. Look at the set. Look at with the coverage and every single, every single hole covered here. It's top.
This is where,
awesome.
we're going to be hanging out here as well on draft day coming up in less than 2 weeks now, 2 weeks from yesterday. That's why Dr. John was brilliant. He had the foresight, right? We're running that promotion here to hang out with us for a full day. Any day, basically, during the entire year. You choose. And, you can pick the biggest sporting events as well. And he said, draft, it's open. Bam, I want it. We're pushing to do the show out here that day as well.
Damn right.
Which would be, who knows? I mean, I don't want to say anything on the air that, would be completely unreasonable, but that would be great. And to hang out here all day long, basically on draft day. On my calendar, I already booked out like 12 hours next Thursday, 2 Thursdays from now. And my wife is like, what the hell is this? I'm like,
tied up.
This is, you know what I do for a living?
Yeah.
Yeah, draft day is kind of big.
There's the Carter tweet with Lawrence Taylor. So we know the top 3 picks are going to be now?
Well, makes sense, right? With Hunter being steamed that way to Cleveland at number 2.
Rizzo called it, too. They signed Flacco. Brown's got Flacco.
What do you
There
make of
go.
that move?
Well, it's Pickett and Flacco. I'll ask you later, but I'm okay with it. Everyone had Flacco fever 2 years ago. He took him to the playoffs.
Sure, he's comeback player of the year.
Yeah, he was okay in Indy, but it's why not?
We have some a developing situation here at the Masters. Terrell Hatton.
Oh wow!
With back-to-back
yes
birdies.
That's a
6 under.
That's a get off my leaderboard.
Oh, absolutely.
He's
please.
a get off my leaderboard.
Give a stroke or two back here coming up, Terrell, please, for all of us.
Yeah.
Well, for most of us.
Oh, boom, boom. Oh, he's gonna make the cut. I think Bernard Longer's gonna make the cut.
Was he at even?
Yes, Phil's 2 over. Is that a?
Oh, couples. Okay, he's at 1.
All right, the cut's +2 or +3.
I'll double check that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Boom Boom's right there. He was 5-1 to make the cut, and it's coming down to the wire with Phil. And last check, Longer was even. So fantastic.
Angel Cabrera.
Oh, blew up, terrible.
So
he's awful.
That was a great soundbite from Jeff Davis the other day here at Circa when he said the action on the yes/no to make or the miss the cut prop on him.
Right.
He said it was unbelievable.
Yeah. Because, in everything. He was in prison for a couple of years, but then came out, won a tournament, and had a little pep in his step, and a lot of, there were protesters outside, and good first round, terrible today. He's going home.
Yep. All right, so it's Follow the Money. We're live at Stadium Swim, Circa Las Vegas. I said this on the air when they first built it and it first opened up. I said, if I'm like 24, 25 years old and I visit and I see this pool with the sports in the background, I don't even get back on the airplane. I know for a fact that I'm moving out to Las Vegas at that point.
Well said.
Because I knew when I first visited Las Vegas when I was 21, I'm like, oh, I'm moving here for sure. It's a done deal. It took me a couple years, but I pulled it off.
I did the same thing.
So NBA is up next. Huge card. An Alpha Monster game. He has shredded tonight's opponent in 2 recent matchups. We'll give you his player prop next here on VSiN.
Time. There's nothing more valuable. It's what drives everyone to make the most of every moment. We celebrate living large in the now. In a city where time disappears, we create experiences that electrify the soul and memories that will last forever. We go big. We go all night. And here, everyone is invited. So get loose and get loud.
This is Circa. You'll have the time of your life.
So, Paulie, have you had a chance to read the VSiN Daily yet?
Yeah, came in at 3 a.m. What's Bill doing up that late?
Well, rumor has it, it starts off with a 12-hour meditation session.
Then he just pours himself over film and live TV, really focusing and taking it all in. Bill's in with the biggest insiders, talking trade secrets, strategies, the whole nine, absorbing the info.
And then and only then can the writing process begin.
In Las Vegas, Bill's late night becomes your early morning. Wake up to the very latest betting insights in your inbox with the VSiN Daily. Sign up for free at vsin.com/newsletter.
On the next A Numbers Game, with the Masters behind us, Wes Reynolds joins us to talk about his big takeaways from the 89th Masters at Augusta. And of course, all of his golf thoughts and baseball thoughts moving forward. Paul Sporer on Major League Baseball, speaking to that, his thoughts from the weekend and his plays DFS-wise today. And Carl Sack, the NBA regular season is behind us, the play-ins are upon us, and the playoffs at the end of the week. Everything NBA with Carl. It's A Numbers Game, 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific, right here at VSiN.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Welcome in. It is Follow the Money here on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network, live at Stadium Swim here at Circa Resort and Casino, downtown Las Vegas. Taryn, who works here, coming up on the show in 15 minutes. Derek Stevens will be on the program a little bit later on. Matt Humans as well. It's a very important NBA card tonight as well, Paulie. Tonight, Sunday, huge for jockeying, specifically in the Western Conference. I've been waiting for like player props all day long for some of these games, and they're taking forever, but I understand that because teams, I mean, it'll probably take a minute here yet, right, to know exactly who's going to be in and out of these games tonight, but what caught your eye?
Yeah, well, it's being priced like Houston's sitting everyone. Lakers open 9.5, it's up to 12. Most spots, that's a 7:40 Pacific tip as well. Lakers win, they get the 3 seed. It's huge, and we know Houston just sat people against the Clippers. And the other thing that caught my attention is all the huge spreads. Atlanta, they win, they clinch the 8. They're laying 11. Boston's laying 20 in a meaningless game against Charlotte. The Knicks trying to get the 3 seed. That's been a big move. Chicago trying to get the 9. They're 16.5 at home to Washington. Miami trying to catch Chicago, laying 15.5 against the Pelicans. Dallas 12.5. Minnesota's up to 21.
What?
On a back-to-back, you can't trust this team. Great job last night, 52 points in the third quarter. On a back-to-back, they're laying 21 tonight against the Nets. Oh, crazy.
That's one of the biggest NBA point spreads I've ever heard.
Let's look at that one. Yeah, you're right. And then Golden State's 14 at Portland as well, as they're sitting people.
I think Portland's going to be out without a bunch of their dudes. So, wow. All right. Well, you mentioned the Lakers-Rockets game. Again, the player I'm looking for is Reed Shepherd in this game. But Luka, I'll give you this, VSiN.com under Tools, NBA Prop Analyzer, 7 straight games under 8.5 rebounds in this spot. And so, I don't know. I think the Rockets can maybe be a little bit feisty if this number gets too high in the game. Plus, you figure if the Lakers are blowing them out, at some point they're going to say, okay, the dogs are getting called off right now.
That's in play. Yep.
So I would only look at playing some of these player props in these games tonight. For example, Grizzlies-Nuggets. Denver favored here in this spot.
What a game this is. This is huge.
It is.
Memphis is in the play-in if they lose.
That's locked in?
Nothing they can do. Yep. Denver likely to get in the play-in if they lose.
Christian Brown, 6-1, over 22.5 PRA last 7 games. Now, how about this? Zach Edey, who in this month alone has been playing 30-plus minutes, getting a big bump here. He had 9 rebounds last night. But his other 4 April games, Paulie, in order, he had 19, 21, 13, and 16. I went back and looked at some of the recent centers against the Nuggets, how they did rebounding the basketball. Sabonis had 12 for the Kings. That's actually 2 below his average, but he would go over 10.5. That's big. I'll tell you why in a second. Gobert had 12. Filipowski had 11. He's not necessarily center. Miles Turner only had 2. That's 4.5 below his average. Sengun had 14. Edey's prop tonight is 10.5. Figure, even though it's a back-to-back for them, he's going to get plenty of minutes in this spot, right?
Yeah.
And so it's 10.5, and he's been a rebounding monster here as of late. I think 10.5 might be worth a play.
Right back with Ja. 14 straight overs. It's up to 27.5 though now.
Well, it has to be, right?
Flew over last night. Yep. Until you lose, I think you got to keep going with Ja and ride that streak.
Well, that's where I'm at with Giddey with the PRA.
Yeah, sure. I'm with you.
It ballooned up to 38.5 or 39.5 today, but I grabbed some 38.5 just because, again, the matchup here calls for a Bulls blowout, horrific team, and this guy's been scorching hot.
Magic number for a top 6 seed for Denver, 2. This game, Memphis at home and then at Houston. Highest possible finish at 3, lowest possible finish an 8 seed. Trying to avoid the play-in. There's a scenario where you could have a 5-way tie. Think about that.
And then what happens?
I have no idea. It's bedlam.
Coin flips?
Total pandemonium. You could have a 5-way tie.
Oh, man.
Because they play each other.
That's right, yeah.
If Memphis beats Denver and the Clippers would lose to Golden State, you're looking at a 5-way tie here. And if the Lakers stub their, which I doubt that happens, or lay in 12 tonight, then they go to Portland. But you could have a 6-way tie if the Lakers lose their last 2 games.
Clippers win this game tonight, though?
I think so, yeah. I'm not. Sacramento's still magic number 1 to get the 9 and host that first game against Dallas, but they just don't play any defense, and the Clippers have been great.
At last check, Zubac and Powell both questionable. And I think Corey Connors just sank a huge one there. Yep, that was a long birdie putt. And so he goes back to 6 at 13.
All right.
He had to have that one. Look at that. 4 in a row. Bogey, birdie, bogey, birdie. Wanted to give that out there. Okay. So I heard Adam Shine with Make It Rain before us. He's a Knicks guy, right? I thought he was spot on with his assessment of the playoff spot potentially for the Knicks and how poorly the game went last night for the Pistons. Now, there was no Hart. There was no OG Anunoby. He said, I think the Knicks will beat them. I think they can beat the Pistons, but I don't want that matchup.
It's a tough matchup.
I don't think the Knicks want anything to do with Detroit in the first round.
Yeah. Yeah, but who you want? You'd rather have Milwaukee.
I'd rather have Milwaukee, yeah.
Milwaukee's magic number's 1 to get the 5. Indiana's clinched the 4.
That's right.
Knicks still have to get 1 more or a loss to get the 3. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
I don't
That's
think
a tough matchup.
Yeah, I don't think it goes well for the Knicks in that series.
Okay, wow.
At least, I mean, the Pistons will be feisty, and maybe the Knicks win, but I'm talking that's going to be extended, man.
And I reached out to Jeff Sherman, NBA guy, does the odds at the Westgate. He was just on the show. He makes Minnesota and the Clippers both small favorites if it's the 2-7 at Houston.
I don't disagree.
Yeah. They got to be favored.
I think I would watch every second of Minnesota-Houston.
Yeah.
I mean, I would also be really excited
Well, how
for
about
the
if
Clippers.
it's Golden State, though? They just had the argument what happened with Udoka and Houston beat them. So it'd be the most disrespected 2 seed we've ever seen, but they're going to likely be underdogs in that 2-7 matchup.
Big push today and late this week for Amon Thompson to win Defensive Player of the Year. I don't disagree with it. He was incredible against Golden State and Steph Curry the other night.
Yeah.
So I know I was pimping Lou Dort for a long time, but at the end of the year, I still think that the most egregious thing to ever happen in a long, long time anyway would be Draymond Green getting the award. And I can't get on board with that. He's completely undeserving and should not be getting all the steam that he's had. I think it's a total farce. But Amen Thompson, his numbers are better overall, and that team defense has been elite pretty much the entire year. Not since Jimmy Butler came over to make them that much better on defense. So everybody's sitting for OKC tonight. They're still laying a big number against the Jazz. This is where you want to look at like a Wiggins for points props or the other Jalen Williams to go off and have a big game.
Yeah, this is fun, but these are tough. Like, I don't have anything on Grimes yet. Who's going to score for Philly if Grimes doesn't play?
Right, I did see that. His prop was posted at 24.5.
It was? You did see one?
Yeah.
Okay. And Atlanta needs it, and they're laying a big number.
So I bet, I want to ask you what you think about this one. Here's the guy I was talking about before the break. Number 1 overall pick in the draft. Zachary Richiche.
He's great last night.
Awesome. He had 38 points, career high. So his prop tonight, I bet it over 14.5. I laid 20 cents. 15 of 20 shooting last night, 6 of 11 from downtown. They played Philadelphia twice in March. He had 22 both times. I don't think he's going to win. Like, 'cause Castle was such a monstrous favorite to win Rookie of the Year. But it might be a push here like, hey, we're going to be a playoff team or at least in the play-in. And this guy's coming out like gangbusters here.
Yeah.
But he's playing great. I just had to take 14.5 over. I thought that was too small.
Okay.
The shooting attempts are absolutely going to be there. There's no reason that they're not going to be tonight.
Our guy Marshall was great against the Lakers. He's 14.5. How about Anthony Davis not showing up for that game?
I know.
Oh, was he bad?
I know.
God, I had that wrong. He wasn't aggressive.
Yep.
Didn't do much on the other, padding the stats, and then he just. I mean, you have a huge advantage. The Lakers don't have a big guy, and he couldn't do anything.
I'll give you another guy that I bet tonight. It's Tyler Hero. Over 22.5 points.
All right. People are all over him.
Yeah, and 6-1 in that spot last 7 games.
Yeah. Turned down the wide open layup. He's got to hear about it for the last 2 days.
Yep.
I like that. I don't mind that as well. And Luka's 30.5 too tonight. The big one for the Lakers. But that's got blowout potential as well with that one. Weird night, right? So many guys sitting, ridiculous point spreads. We got a 20 and a 21.
How
about that?
Moneyline parlay tonight?
Get a cup of coffee?
Remember the first time when we came here for the opening of this before it was open to the general public? I think it was on a football Sunday. And they were serving us, I think, you were drinking Red Bull vodkas.
Oh, Sydney brought me a huge cup.
It came in a 5-gallon pail.
Don't remind me.
And we did the show the next day.
Yeah.
I think I took a shovel upside the head about 25 times that day.
Yeah, I know.
I think we got the VSiN summer here.
My fault. Thank you. VSiN summer specials here. Best deal of the season, $59 VSiN Pro Access. Everything we do through August 1st, 50% off the regular monthly price from the draft to the MLB action, NBA, NHL playoffs, the Derby. VSiN has you covered all summer long. Every best bet, every host, every guest, the betting splits, DraftKings, and Circa, 24/7 video access, and the Kentucky Derby betting special, and the NFL betting guide when it drops soon this summer. Every sport, every edge, one price. Full access now, August 1st. Through August 1st, just $59. VSiN.com/subscribe. Get it now, VSiN.com/subscribe.
All right, this is going to be a fun conversation coming up next. Taryn works here at Stadium Swim, has been here for a long time. I want to get into guys throwing money around, right? Biggest tab that they've seen. Biggest tip. I know one gal was tipped a boat, no joke. And how many proposals happen out here all the time? I'm going to go dip my toes in the water here. Beautiful day at Stadium Swim.
To the Derby, playoffs to the draft, we have your summer covered with a VSiN Pro subscription for just $59 until August 1st. That means expert picks for every major event, exclusive betting splits from DraftKings and Circa, 24/7 video access on the VSiN Watch app, as well as betting guides for the Kentucky Derby and the NFL. Sign up now at VSiN.com/subscribe for just $59 and join us on the Sports Betting Network.
This is VSiN, the sports betting network.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Welcome back. It is Follow the Money here on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. Mitch Moss, Paulie Howard here on day 2 of the Masters on Friday at Stadium Swim. My favorite pool, Paulie's favorite pool, everybody's favorite pool, I think probably in the entire world. If you've ever been here once, you know what we're talking about. If not, you got to check it out at some point when you get out here to Las Vegas. We'll talk to Taryn. I think that's going to come up at 5 o'clock Eastern. Moving parts today. It's very busy out here. She's slammed right now, so we'll get to that. But a little door 1, door 2 action here, Paulie.
Hit me.
All right. Door number 1. Ashton Genty's draft position over 9.5 at 2-1, or Shedeur Sanders' draft position under 8.5 plus 180.
Door 2. Raiders are taking Genty.
Oh boy.
I still could see someone getting desperate and doing something with Sanders. Yeah. Even though I think the New Orleans thing is real at 9. I got it. What? What's the problem? You're still not sold on that?
I don't think Genty's going 6.
Okay. I think the Raiders take him.
So
I think that's going to happen.
I did not realize this. I'm driving down here listening to Prop Points.
Uh-huh.
And they mentioned that the odds on Jacksonville to draft him, it was like 30-1, then down to 13-1, and now down to like the 5 to 6 to 1 range.
It's like, okay.
They're picking 5th overall.
Well, it's like New Orleans to go quarterback or New Orleans to pick number 1 again. That was a ridiculous move, too.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're still not buying it. I think that's their guy. I think they love him, and I think could be Robinson part 2.
And then Sanders is going to potentially slide?
Yeah. Well, you got to give me. I got to pick one. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, if that one of the two going to happen, I'm going to go door 2 with that.
All right, I'll bring him up again then here. Door number 1, Shedeur Sanders top 10 minus $2, or door number 2, Jackson Dart under 24.5 draft position minus $2.
Oh, door 2.
So that again, the slide is going to happen for Sanders.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, what's interesting is because I was watching Humans and Murray, that McShay has Dart going 9 to the Saints. So could Dart go before Sanders?
Well, that's a big price.
Stranger things have happened. Yeah, that's what he has in his latest mock. That just dropped. So if that happens,
and then do you know where he has Sanders going? Was he going to the Raiders?
It was
or was he dropping?
No, he was going. Was it Pittsburgh or something? Oh, he had a trade. I think he had Atlanta coming up. They get Atlanta 16, something like that. In that range, taking Sanders?
Not Atlanta.
Not Atlanta.
Cleveland from the second round?
I'm forgetting the team now. I'm forgetting the team.
Okay. All right. Door number 1.
Yeah.
OKC to win the West minus 125 at DraftKings, or door number 2, the Celtics to win the East minus 130.
No brainer. Door 2. Celtics.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yep. You got to be freaked out by what the Lakers just did. I mean, the OKC wanted those games. And who's to say they don't win that second one until Luka gets kicked out? That's a 1-point game late.
I know.
And it's just. And the other thing you got to worry about is the playoff inexperience. I know we went over this and they couldn't get it done, but the Celtics finally exercised the demons. But they're so damn deep and they have so many guys that can score. And, Rizzo said, calm down. Don't overreact to what happened during the West Coast trip. But I think if it's Celtics Cavs, you have to have a nice edge to Boston in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah, I did a crossport parlay. That's already a loser a while back. But I did it with the Celtics beating the Thunder as the exact matchup.
Yeah.
I would tell you right now, if that parlay was still alive, I would have more confidence in Boston getting there than I do OKC.
And Indiana's no gimme against if Cleveland plays Indiana in the second round either. That could be tough.
Yeah.
Indiana's got the 4th most wins since in the year.
Yep. Door number 1. No, this is tough. I went back and forth on this one a lot. The Warriors to win the West at 6-1. Or the Lakers to win the West at plus 650.
Lakers. Door 2, Lakers again.
Why do you like them more than the Warriors?
I have 2 great players. Luke is an assassin. LeBron, Reeves. I know you love Reeves. I'm spelled back on the supporting cast though too. Out of Vincent, Vanderbilt, Hachimura, or Finney Smith, I only need one guy to have a big game. And it's definitely, I think, one of the 4 can deliver.
Well, would you agree that the Warriors are deeper? And they have a better defense than the Lakers? For sure, I mean...
Well, I don't know about for sure. The Lakers had the #1 defense. Then it dropped to 17th in March. They were 17th in defense, but this kind of we're going to back up and let these guys shoot. That can. That's that's hit or miss.
The Warriors have been a totally different team since they got Jimmy Butler.
No, they just had a horrible loss though too.
Well,
and the Lakers are 3-1 against them.
Yeah.
I mean, they're a matchup nightmare. The fact that I can go LeBron, Luka, Reeves, Hachimura, Finney Smith, and also, God, it's so unfortunate they couldn't get the kid from Charlotte. Can you
Mark
imagine
Williams. I would have loved the Lakers.
Luka's just going to set you up with alley-oops.
Right.
Hayes is okay, but once they get a big-time center, watch out.
I do believe that there are almost a handful of teams in the West that OKC doesn't want to see. One of them would be Minnesota. The other two would be the two teams we're talking about right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, to go to the finals, I don't think they want to have the Warriors or the Lakers.
Minnesota's schizophrenic. How good was that third quarter? He scored 52 points in the third quarter. But then you've had some bad losses, too, in the choke job against Milwaukee. How about this? Door 1, African Safari. Door 2, day pass all 4 days at the Masters. People are renting their houses out for $30,000 here. It has absolutely exploded. How much people are paying for the badges, like 20 grand. $30,000 to rent your house out. It's nuts what the prices are with this thing. We haven't gotten to the memorabilia.
I would love to do the Masters someday, but that's a no-brainer. It's African Safari every day of the week.
Yeah.
100%.
I'd do the same thing. It's just every year it just seems these prices go up for the passes and the badges.
Do you know what it would be like
people are paying
to be in a rickety Jeep?
In the
middle
giraffes
of nowhere,
chasing
and here come the giraffes, and here come the lions and the cheetahs and everything like that?
Yeah.
As long as you're protected and guaranteed to not that there's a guarantee, but if you're going to live for sure to talk about it.
Right, but
right? I want
here comes the hippo. Right. No, but everyone we've talked to, when Brian Musburger just did it, Applebaum did it, everyone who's done that has said it's exceeded my expectations.
Better than they thought.
And lived up to the hype.
Yeah.
Yes, right.
Yes, absolutely. That's it. I don't think you can come up with too many trips that would actually top that for me.
I don't know.
Okay,
I mean, it's just, does that seem like a bucket list, or that's fun? It's something I have to do? Like getting to Augusta, yes.
Yeah, but
walking for
nuts,
4 days with these other people,
no, that seems unnecessary. Door 1, buying stock in the Bulls next year, or door 2, buying stock in the Spurs?
Again, door 2. Have to do it. I know it was a disappointment what happened once they got Fox, but out a full season with Fox, Wembanyama. Bulls have been great, you're right, but I just have to see more.
So I wanted to throw there. I had a couple of other teams in mind, but I threw the
Yeah.
Spurs in there because we don't know about Wemby's status.
Yeah. Well, I think he'll be fine.
If he comes back, then it's clearly a no-brainer.
Because Doc said Lillard could be back for the playoffs, so that he's kind of got the same thing that Wemby has. But yeah.
Door number 1, betting on Rory McIlroy to win the Masters. This is not going to age well. Or door number 2, betting on Bruce Pearl or Rick Barnes to win a national title. Give Rory credit, came back 600 today.
Yeah, I got to go door 1, even though Pearl was close. But
2 Final Fours, but
yeah, I know. We got to throw. Well, Barnes doesn't count. Barnes can't even get to the Final Four. Loses every time he's in the Elite 8. I have to go door 1.
You think that eventually Rory's going to break through, win this thing, and then the other two guys probably won't?
Yeah. Well, you think Auburn's going to have it rolling now? You think Pearl will have it rolling every year?
No, I think
it's the conference is so deep.
Sure.
Yeah. Who knows how these kids are going to act, too? The Nico thing is nuts. He's holding out now.
Right.
Tennessee quarterback.
Remember the UNLV quarterback last year after 3 games?
That's another one, right?
Door number 1, instant gratification bets, or door number 2, futures and potentially at long odds?
Door 1. I'm all about instant gratification.
Yeah, I love them too.
But the biggest thing we did was the first period overs.
Yep.
So what is this? Who's that? Is that a hole in one? Is this live?
Is this?
Oh, they may have got me. Is it a par 3? They got me. It's Keegan Bradley. They got me again. I'm sorry.
Boy, this guy.
I'm sorry. I thought it was live. Door 1. Goal in the first 10. Goal in the first 5. Fire bets.
Yerfy.
Will the next pitch be a ball or strike? You can bet over under miles per hour. It's a whole nother level. It's a degenerate's paradise.
Kickoff props in the NFL.
That's right. You got that.
Which became very popular last year when the odds had to change eventually.
You can't beat the Will Hill stuff with will the next pitch be a ball or a strike or miles per hour over under.
Yeah.
Can't beat it.
Horse racing, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to bet on number 7, Santa Anita today. It's going to take 2 minutes. Bam, I know if I'm a winner or not. Then I can move on. People love the instant gratification.
Yeah.
I get it.
Sure.
I really do.
It's great.
Will Scotty Scheffler hit the fairway on number 13 coming up? Or that would, I think 13.
They did that,
yeah.
The first tee shot with Tiger, where would he put it?
Yeah.
Sure.
That's exactly
all
right.
That, yeah, sure. Awesome, man. Good stuff.
All right. Let's follow the money here on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. We're hanging out today, day 2 of the Masters. What a beautiful and glorious day. You think it's beautiful at Augusta. I think we can match it right here in Las Vegas and at this pool. Paul's going to recap some of the betting action from last night and win some, lose some. And a little bit more here on Shedeur Sanders because I read an opinion on him in the draft, and I think it actually makes a lot of sense. We'll tell you about that coming up here on VSiN.
In the heart of downtown Las Vegas, a sports oasis awaits. Stadium Swim, the ultimate outdoor amphitheater, built for the ultimate sports fan, with a colossal screen that brings the game closer than ever. Reserve a daybed, private cabana, or lounge in the center of it all. 6 pools to dive into as the game heats up. And the best part, there's never an off-season. Open 365 days a year. Stadium Swim, it's always spectator season.
Join Matt Brown and Mike Somich on Ready, Set, Bet as they get you ready to make your bets for all the weekend games.
We're going to be at the end of this thing with money guns, or I'm just going to be like, begging people for change out on Fremont Street.
It feels like the Twins and the Guardians have higher floors but lower ceilings.
Don't miss out on crucial advice for live betting once the game starts, as well as looking ahead to the upcoming action. Tune in to Ready, Set, Bet, weekends at 1 p.m. Eastern on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. last night?
Wow, winning.
Or was it a rough one?
Well, they can't all be winners, can they?
Loser! You're a loser!
Paulie Howard recaps the night in sports betting in Win Some, Lose Some.
You got it, baby. Start with the Angels. Most runs yesterday, 20-1. They were awesome, scored 11 runs, and they continue to play long ball and up to a great start. Rose, first-round leader, as high as 70-1. How about how many people had that?
So I think it was Covers today on Twitter said that Bet365 took more than 1,700 bets on him to be the first-round leader. And he was that big of a price?
Yeah.
Again, great breakdown here from Wes Reynolds at VSiN.com. The 5th time he's done this at the Masters. But here are the finishing places, right?
Okay.
2004 tied for 22nd. 07 tied for 5th. Totally respectable. 08 tied for 36th. 2021 7th. This year, who the hell knows?
Yeah.
Give him credit, man. He shot 1 under par today.
Yeah, I know. You're going to have the second round lead. He's going the weekend with the lead. Unless something crazy happens here. Nets Hawks over 226 up to 234.5. That was exploded. High scoring game. Ja Morant 14-0 overrun on his points prop. He was, what is this with the grenade now? This is his celebration. He pretends to throw a grenade and covers his ears.
Did you hear what he said after the game?
I'm going to do it till I get in trouble?
He justified it by saying, that's me throwing your words out, trying to make them go away, and then I cover my ears.
Okay. What's next? Army crawl? Do a bazooka?
I want to see a bazooka.
Do a bazooka celebration.
And then, how does he justify that? No, it's not what it looks like.
Isn't that something, right? You can't stop it with the guns. You know, he's been suspended twice. Guns on Instagram. Stop with the gun celebration. Now he's doing, I'm throwing a grenade. Incredible. Well, okay. Subscribe, be part of the team. VSiN.com, our radio and podcast friends. You always want to see these tweets and videos that Paulie Does Vegas on Instagram. Send it in. We'll put you on. How good is this with the dog with the begging for food, right? The big guy just got the paw and making noise in the bowl about, come on, please, let's go. Come on. It's like, what are you doing? So, can you get the hint? I'm hungry. Come on, right? Always the owner has to come back, but I just fed you or it's not time yet, right? You're too early. Sure, but look at him. Just nonstop with the paw in the bowl about feed me and making noise and clanging. And
I'm hungry over here. Let's go already.
Yep, lose some. Knicks Pistons over 224.5 up to 229.5. No good. Pacers Cavs over 229.5 up to 235 and one bad beat. Phillies plus the run and a half. 1-1 in the 7th. Luzardo went over his K prop, a long rain delay, yada, yada, yada. Atlanta walks it off in the 11th, and they win 4-2. Vicious beat. Edge Boost, first ever bank account built for bettors, ensuring all gambling transactions are approved. No usage fees, no minimums. Card never declined, no waiting on a wire. 100% approval for all betting deposits. Sign up today. EdgeBoost.bet, promo code FTM. Deposit $25. Edge Boost will match it. EdgeBoost.bet. Go get it. Great to have you.
So this ties into what we were talking about in Door 1, Door 2 a little bit. I read this at Matthew Berry's newsletter, Fantasy Life. So basically the person who was writing this said everything's on the table with Shedeur Sanders. Would not be shocked if he went number 2 to the Browns. Would not be shocked. Didn't say he expects him to, but would not be shocked.
No, I would be now.
This was before the Flacco thing.
Oh, well, still talking to Rizzo, too.
Sure.
Okay, fine.
He also would not be fazed if he plummeted like Aaron Rodgers did into the mid-20s.
Sure.
In a recent piece at ESPN, Jeremy Fowler reported that high-level personnel evaluators across the NFL are split on Sanders. 4 didn't have a first-round grade on him. 2 others slotted him as a mid to late first-round talent. Thor Nystrom at Fantasy Life actually has him rated higher than Cam Ward.
Wow.
Well, I heard Humans and JBT talking about this the other day. Are you surprised that we've gotten this far? But now this is all about information and did you, looking back at Cam Ward's career, Humans, I think, was spot on.
It's stunning.
Did you ever think at Washington State, Miami, I'm not ripping on the kid. He was sensational last year.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to be able to compartmentalize what he looks like as a college quarterback and how that's going to translate to the NFL. Did you ever in your wildest dreams say, that dude's going to be the number 1 pick in the draft? I didn't.
From Incarnate Word to Washington State to a 6-game losing streak, how bad that season ended, transfers to Miami, he's Superman.
Yeah.
And now you go from that to maybe he's going to be the number 1 pick, yeah.
And Pro Football Focus also did a mock draft yesterday. They have him sliding all over to tie into that. They have him sliding number 21 overall to Pittsburgh.
That's probably what McShay had. Pittsburgh moving up to get him okay with the
I
slide.
think if he's there, right, Pittsburgh, guys.
Well, are we getting Rodgers, though? I mean,
even if they do, that's a Band-Aid.
Yeah.
They haven't addressed that position since Big Ben left.
Well, they took Pickett. It didn't work out.
Nothing has worked. But that's the one time they tried. And, oh, by the way, I think a lot of people were saying, good golly, Miss Molly, do not take that kid in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
And they thought it was a complete reach.
Yeah. There's going to be surprises. There's going to be reaches, and someone's going to panic. And it happens every year with the quarterbacks, except for the one year where it was the Willis year, right?
Yeah.
Where nobody went, and everyone slid. So, but he's polarizing. No doubt about it.
Oh, big time.
And I thought it was going to be a done deal to the Raiders, and now they get Geno, so that's out as far as I'm concerned. And then if it's New Orleans, if it's not New Orleans at 9, it could be a free fall. And that maybe McShay's right that Dart goes before him. Do you remember the last time we did a show from the pool?
Well, I do recall, just barely, one time that we did probably 15, 16 years ago. Yeah, why do you ask?
Steve Sear, because it was incredible we lost you. And I hope that doesn't happen today.
It will not happen today, I promise.
Okay, thank God.
You want to explain what happened?
So Steve Sear was been on the show before, super host here, and author, the subject of the book Whale Hunt in the Desert. He was a host at the Hard Rock, and it was happening in the spot to be and the place to be in their pool. Remember
rehab.
their pool rehab was on TV, how crazy it was. People would line up for hours just to get in. So he had girls that worked with him, and they take you off the air and say, okay, let's hang out in the pool, see what we offer, hang out. And they got you drunk, I think.
Remember, they wanted
you were on a raft, and we couldn't find you. The show ends. I still can't get a hold of the kid. I didn't hear from you for like 24 hours.
Yeah, here's what happened is that they wanted someone from the show, to go out to the pool.
Right.
Because it was a floatable blackjack table. And they wanted me to call in on the show while we were playing blackjack, and it was with like 6 servers at the Hard Rock who were all in bikinis.
Yeah.
Right? So, unbeknownst to me...
I'm like, Sear, these girls work for you? He's like, yeah, okay, whatever. Whatever you can do to get high rollers, God bless you.
So then he told them specifically to get me like completely sauced up. And they came out and they were bringing me like rum and cokes this big and shots, and they were pretending to do it with me, but they really weren't.
Oh no!
And I thought they were. I got like I got annihilated in like an hour. And then I'm up on top of the floatable blackjack table trying to sink the thing. Bring me more shots. I need another rum and coke. Let's go.
Several girls are just here.
Oh yeah, and they were pretending to drink.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I never heard that.
I thought they were, and then word gets out like 2 days later. Hey, by the way, they really couldn't drink with you, and they were just making it look good.
I got to read some emails.
Oh, thanks.
Sure, I got to read some emails too. It reminds me, but it goes back to my friend of a friend's a bartender, and I go, "What do you do when you're there for a 6-8 hour shift and people want to do?" He goes, "I always put the Pepsi in it. I'll give them the shots, or I'll pretend it's water.
Yeah,
all right, it is water. I'll pretend it's vodka. I'll pretend it's whatever, and I'll." Pepsi,
it's a good move.
Come on, you blasted otherwise.
Of course, yeah. Every night, by the way?
No kidding.
Okay, that's a terrible recipe.
No doubt about it, yeah.
Let me give you, I did make a home run prop today. Now, keep this in mind, that last check, the winds were blowing in at Yankee Stadium like 11, 12 miles an hour.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not great. But Aaron Judge against Robbie Ray has 3 home runs in his career, very small sample size. Typically, his home run prop is not around plus 250. I think the wind's a factor here tonight. But also, in my mind, I'm like, how many times have we heard of the 60 home runs Aaron Judge hit this year, or of the 40 he hit at Yankee Stadium, 38 would have been a home run at Yankee Stadium, and that's it.
Yeah.
So maybe the wind plays a little bit of a factor, but maybe he is just Paul Bunyan here, and he gets one up, and it's enough to carry out at Yankee Stadium tonight. So I bet him at plus 250. You don't find that big of a number very often anymore.
Yeah.
So
22 home runs at home as well.
Yep.
Torpedo bats getting it done. Dodgers at home tonight haven't lost. Padres at home tonight haven't lost.
Mariners at home taking on Jacob deGrom.
Yeah.
What do you want to do there?
They've lost every Gilbert start going back. Whatever it's been, that's...
You can lay a heavy price every inning on the Mariners not to score a run while he's in.
Okay.
What do you think about that?
I like it.
You do it for like 5 innings, and then you get out.
Yeah.
You just have to hope to God that they don't get anything off them. But
who cares if someone gets on? They're hitting 120 with runners in scoring position.
Right.
We'll get to it later, too. Unbelievable emails regarding the how do you say it?
The death book?
The death book.
The death safe?
T-Bone chiming in, other emails about, hey, if I go, I tell my wife it's here, this is the code, this is what to do, everything, keep them coming. FTM at VSiN.com. I got to share more of those emails and tweets. That took off yesterday. It was phenomenal.
Very good. We're live, Stadium Swim, Circa Resort and Casino. What a spot to be, day 2 of the Masters. We'll update you on that. And also, we're expected to be joined by Taryn, who works here at Stadium Swim. When we do, and when we are joined by her, we'll get into like the biggest tip she's ever seen out here, biggest tab, proposals on a daily or weekly basis coming up here on VSiN.
And we're out.
Okay, give me 1 sec. I need to load funds into my gaming apps.
Stormy,